Welcome back to another message, Essence of Jesus Christ. Today we'll be reading the book of Ephesians chapter 2 verses 4 to 8. In verse 4, but because of his great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive with Christ even when we were dead in transgressions. It is by grace you have been saved. Verse 6, and God raised us up with Christ and seated us with him in the heavenly realms in Christ Jesus. Verse 7, in order that in the coming ages he might show the incomparable riches of his grace expressed in his kindness to us in Christ Jesus. Let's focus on verse 4. Brothers and sisters, we all sin. It doesn't matter what you do. If you kill, you steal, you tell lies, sin is sin. And when you sin, you will not go to heaven. That is the bottom line. You will not go to heaven. But look here in verse 4. But because of his great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive with Christ even when we were dead in transgressions. See, even when we were dead in sin, it is by grace you have been saved. So if you believe in Jesus Christ, if you believe that he was sent from heaven for us, for our salvation, if you believe that he died on the cross for us, if you believe that his blood will erase your sin, if you believe that he was raised on the third day, and you have faith in this, and you read his word, you will be saved. That is the whole message of the Bible. You will be saved. Look here in verse 6. And God raised us up with Christ and seated us with him in the heavenly realms in Christ Jesus. So he raised us, and he's coming back for us because of Jesus Christ, who's seated with him in heaven. And you only will be going to heaven because of Jesus Christ. Look here in verse 7. In order that in the coming ages he might show the incomparable riches of his grace. You have been saved by his grace. You have been saved by Jesus Christ. Only his grace will save you. He loves you. That's why he came. That's why he walked with us, teaching us these teachings. And you'll read about his teachings in the Bible. So if you trust the Bible, if you have faith in the Bible, then you will believe in what Jesus Christ has done for you. Jesus is your answer, not Satan. Not what the world thinks. Jesus is your answer. Look here in verse 8. For it is by grace you have been saved. For it is by his blood you have been saved. For it is by his death on the cross you have been saved. For it is on the resurrection that you have been saved. It is by the miracle of the cross you have been saved. But look here, through faith. And this is not from yourselves. It is the gift of God. And that is the best gift you'll ever get in your life. Accept his gift. Accept his mercy. Accept the grace that has been given to you. If you believe, if you kneel, if you pray and say, Our Father who art in heaven, I do believe what you have done for us by sending your Son to die on the cross for us. I believe this. I have faith. And believe in me. The more you read about the Word, the more you read about Jesus Christ, the more faith you'll have. Because faith is like a mustard seed. It never stops growing. And you will finish the race. and you'll be going to heaven and not to hell. This is the message. So why don't you kneel down and pray to Jesus Christ and ask for his forgiveness and believe on the cross? For today, this is the message. May God bless all of you, and may you return back to another message, essence of Jesus Christ.